Hi everyone, welcome to Fortune Tarot Crystals. My name is Lee and thank you for joining me again for another pick a card reading. Today we will do a reading for the month of October in 2025 to see what are some possible challenges, what are some good or bad things that's coming your way, and also just provide some general guidance. So here I have 3 cards that I've prepared for you. Please choose the one that best speaks to you and the one that you like. So once you have chosen your card, you can skip to the group that you have chosen by clicking the timestamps that I have prepared for you. So let us get started. Welcome to group 1. The card you have chosen is number 36, the Cross. If you've chosen this card, your possible astrology connections here would be with the water signs like Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, as well as the fire signs like Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. And your possible career path that you might be in would be with spiritual work, social work, healthcare and wellness, management, entertainment, sports, or art and music. However, astrology connections are and career paths are just general indications. If you don't fall under these categories, it's okay. You can still continue with the reading. So, this card in Lenormand often talks about being tested or going through some deep life lessons. It can also represent burdens that's a little bit heavy for you to carry. So, in some way, this card is hinting that October may be, for some of you, October may be a month where you might feel like you are being tested. However, remember, after going through some difficulties and going through some tests, there are certain things that you can learn and grow from them. Okay? So as usual, I will draw out 3 cards from our tarot cards to see what your current situation might be like. The first card here we have is the Four of Swords. This card often represents rest, recovery, retreat, as well as healing. Then the next card we have is the Three of Cups in reverse. This card in reverse often represents broken trust in a group, or a group that might contain gossip, jealousy, and isolation. And then the next card we have is the Page of Swords. This card represents deception, lies, immaturity, as well as manipulation. For group 1, let's take a look at your possible current situation. So first we have the Four of Swords. This card represents rest and recovery. So some of you may feel that you've been through some things that were draining you emotionally, mentally, or physically. And right now you are taking a step back to heal and recover from it. It can mean that you have been overworked or you're in a relationship or friendship that's taking a lot of energy out of you. So either way, this card shows that you are in need of space and peace to take a breath for yourself to restore your energy. And next we have the Three of Cups in reverse. This card usually points to issues within groups of people, maybe your friends, co-workers, or even family. And some of you may feel isolated within this group or feeling disappointed by some people. Maybe because you trusted the person and then the person kind of broke your trust, or maybe you needed them for some things but they were never there. Whichever way, this card shows that the group that you currently might be in can actually be a little bit I don't want to say toxic, but a little bit unhealthy for you. And then we have the next card, the Page of Swords in reverse. This card reinforced the idea of manipulation, gossip, lies within the social group that you are in. Not just social group, it can be also from your relationship or family even. And now it seems to me that some of you might be tired of playing all these small, meaningless mind games with these people. So it can mean that you have found out certain truths about them that made you realize that, now might be a good time or healthier for you to stay away from them. So overall, right now for group one, it looks like you've been through some things that made you kind of, again, learn the life lessons that you need. It opened up your eyes. Now you're feeling tired, you need space, and some of you might even be questioning, who you can really trust. So if this resonates with you for group one, you can continue with the reading. And if it doesn't, you can also choose a different card in our intro. So if it does, then let's continue with the reading. So again, I will draw out 6 cards as our guidance to see what are some possible ways that it can help you go through the month of October. So the first card we have is the Seven of Wands. This card means protection, defense, as well as standing your ground. And then the next card is the Ace of Pentacles. This card represents new opportunity, prosperity, stability, and growth. And then the next one is the Knight of Pentacles. This card represents responsibility, routine, planning, as well as hard work. And then the next one, we have the Empress in reverse. This card in reverse represents neglect, overdependence, as well as insecurity. And then the next one we have is the Four of Wands. This card represents conflict, disruption, as well as disharmony. And then the last one we have is the Ten of Pentacles. This card in reverse represents financial failure, financial instability, or loss. Now let's take a look at your guidance through the month of October. So first we have the card, the Seven of Wands here for group one. This card here is telling you to protect yourself and stand your ground. Doesn't mean aggressively, but it also means like not letting people push you into things that you don't want to do or doing things that's against your values. So think about where you've been pressured before, maybe at work, in your social group. So this month it is telling you that it is time to say no to some unwanted or unhealthy things for you that's been hurting you and draining you. Again, we mentioned a lot about drained energy and unhealthy certain group of people. So for the month of October, maybe it is a good time for you to start setting some healthy boundaries and stand for what you believe in. Okay, and then the next card here we have is the Ace of Pentacles. This card is a good card. It's a positive sign that shows that there might be new opportunities for you. It could mean that a fresh start in work or a new circle of friends or even a chance to move into a new environment. So for some of you, this might literally mean a new job offer or promotion or an opportunity to learn something that opens more doors for you in the future. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. This card is about hard work and growth. So it's showing me that for October, there are some things that you need to go through and some tests that you need to go through, which might feel like, things are going slow and um, things are moving not as quickly as you would like. But remember, slow and steady win the race, right? And so for every small little step that you take is helping you moving towards your long-term stability. So forget about quick results, but trust the process. Go through the challenges, go through the test, and you will get your reward when it is the right time. So for the month of October, it may be a month that you need to go through certain things and you need to learn a lot about certain things in your life. Okay, and then the Empress card in reverse is telling you that don't neglect yourself. Don't forget about your own voice. And also, don't be too dependent on others uh, when you do certain things. So, together with the Knight of Pentacles here, it's telling you that now it may be better for you to work, put in the hard work, but not, how can I say this in a good way? Don't show off too much, because right now you do have people that might be jealous of you or maybe spreading some rumors because they're jealous of you. We mentioned new opportunities at work, right? So it could mean that for the month of October, it might be a better time for you to kind of keep it a low key for a while, work your things a little bit, not to say under the table, not under the table, but work according to your pace. But you don't always need to tell people about it. Put it this way. Yeah. Like, for example, if you are trying to leave a group of certain group of people, maybe do it secretly. Or if you're working on a job promotion that you don't want to catch too much attention onto yourself, then do it, little bit low key. Yeah. And so this month might be better for you to learn and observe more about those things around you, the things and the people around you, which will help you gain new perspective in these fields. Like, again, learning more about the people around you. Yes. And then, so let's take a look at these cards here. So the Four of Wands in reverse also suggests that um, now might not be a good time to overdo certain things, because you might attract certain people who might use you in a bad way. So this card often shows this harmony and conflict. Um, you don't want to kind of get disrupted on your routine, right? And then the Ten of Pentacles here hints that might be financial failure or losses, which by putting these cards together, it might show that in October there may be some people or some things that look good on the outside, but it might be a trap. So don't let these things distract you from your main focus and disrupt your plans. So for the month of October, for group 1, it seems to me that this month is about learning, observing, and personal growth. So it is a month that you are going to be tested for a lot of things, but by doing that, it will help you open up your eyes and learn some truth about certain people. So there are some new opportunities that may be presented to you, but the universe is telling you that be cautious and don't rush or overextend yourself. Pay attention to who and what you let into your space, because not everything is as good as it seems. For group 1, for October, I would suggest that protect your energy and take slow, steady steps and build something lasting without being distracted from it. Okay? So now I will draw out 2 more cards from our Animal Spirit Oracle to see what further suggestions the universe has got for you. So our further suggestion from our Animal Spirit Oracle, the first one is the Mouse Spirit, and it says tend to small things. And then the next card we have here is the Fox Spirit, and it says think on your feet. So for the month of October, group 1, the Mouse Spirit is telling you that pay attention to small details. Don't overlook certain signs or red flags, and also don't neglect small little progress as you're making. Yes, so sometimes the small things that you are doing are will actually protect you from making bigger mistakes later. So for the month of October, it may be a good time for you to pay attention to small little details. And then the Fox Spirit is telling you to think on your feet. So this card says that you need to be adaptable. So if you learn as you go and you learn more about certain people and certain things that surprises you, not always in a good way, think quickly and adjust quickly. So you see, the more you observe, the more you will be able to learn on how to handle certain things. And as your experience grow, then you will also be able to react more quickly with certain situations. So the fox, remember, the fox is clever, and it might also be a sign of warning again to be careful of certain sneaky people, because I mean there is a, is it an idiom? But there is a phrase that says as sly as a fox. Not to say fox are really sneaky, but as a symbol, usually the fox is seen as a sneaky person. So either you should be sneaky yourself or beware of sneaky person. But trust yourself and trust your instinct when going through some surprises that may come up. Okay, for group 1, yes, this month so far, it seems like it's time for you to lay low, do the small little things, do the small little plannings, do the observation, react and think quick, and as well as adapt to certain challenges. And then lastly, I will draw out 1 more card from our Fortune Oracle to conclude your reading for the month of October. So, so for group 1, wow, okay. The card that we drew out here is number 3, Beware, and it says be careful who you trust at this time. So this card ties up perfectly with your reading for October. However, it doesn't mean that you should be suspicious of everyone, but it's telling you over and over again to be more observant when you may be meeting the new people, or be aware of the unhealthy social groups that make you feel isolated or drained. Okay, so to sum up your reading for group 1, October is going to bring you new opportunities. However, it is also testing your ability to observe and protect yourself. Yeah, and you may encounter new people or entering new environment or new situation that might look good. However, the cards are telling you that take your time, watch out for the small details, and let things prove themselves first before you give in your full trust. So it might be a good idea that this month is to lay low for a little bit, and as well as let yourself fully recover and rest, and shift your focus on the progress and the plans that you need to make. And so don't reveal your plan if you are planning something, don't reveal yourself, your true self. Don't open up yourself too fast in certain people situations. And also, hopefully by the end of October, you would have learned more and be more ready for the next challenges that will be ahead of you. Okay, for group one, I wish you all the best of luck. And if this is the group that you've chose, please don't forget to comment one in the comment section below, and leave you can also give me some stories or comments about yourself, whether if it's your current situation or whether if this guidance actually helped you. Any kind of encouragement, suggestions, and reviews are more than welcome. So I thank you for watching. Have a good day or night wherever you are, group one. Enjoy, and I will see you. Oh, and also don't forget to, like and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on any of my future readings. So thank you again. Have a good one. I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Welcome to group two. The card you have chosen is number 6, the Clouds card. If you've chosen this card, your possible astrology connections would be with the air signs like Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, as well as with the water signs like Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Your possible career path that might be in would be with analysis, counseling, communication, health and wellness, art and music, as well as marketing or sales. However, the astrology connection and career paths are just general suggestions. If you don't fall under these categories, don't worry, you can still continue with the reading. So let's take a look at this card. This card in Lenormand often means confusion, uncertainties, or hidden issues. So it's telling me that some of you in group 2, you might be in a place where things feel unclear to you, and you may be wondering that, are you on the right path? Should you continue giving into this situation, or should you stay away? So this energy, remember, the clouds may cover the sky for a little bit, but it won't last forever. So it means that right now some truth and clarity are being blocked. So for October, it might be a month for you to it might be a month about moving through certain confusion and moving towards more understanding and clarity. And as usual, I will draw out 3 tarot cards to see what your current situation might be like. So the first card we have here is the Temperance in reverse. This card suggests imbalance, conflict, disharmony, as well as going to extremes. And then the next card we have is the Seven of Pentacles. This card represents patience, investment, results, as well as progress. And then the third card we have here is the Lovers in reverse. This can mean breakup, disharmony, making poor choices, as well as separation. For group 2, currently, it seems to me that some of you might be feeling a little bit off balanced or treated unequally. So the Temperance in reverse shows imbalance and lack of harmony, which might mean that some of you might be doing too many things at once or doing too much for others, that you are kind of pouring too much energy and yourself into them and leaving yourself feeling a little bit dry and unequal. Yeah. And the Seven of Pentacles here is showing that you've been working hard and also working constantly for a long time in the relationship or job or some personal project that you've been doing a lot for. Yeah. So now you might be in a situation where you are thinking that is all the efforts worth it, or are am I getting the right return that I'm hoping for? Yeah. So currently some of you may even think that you are just doing too much, that you are not getting the equal recognition or treatment back. And then we have the Lovers in reverse. So in relationship, this card can point to imbalance in your relationship. Maybe some of you might be, again, giving too much love or doing too much effort than you are receiving. For some, it may also show that you might be chasing after someone without any clear answers back. So you've just been giving and giving and giving, and then you don't actually get any clear results back. And if it's at work or in other situation, this card can also represent difficult choices that you might be facing. So now you might feel like you are facing a two, how can a crossroad? No, sorry, you are standing in front of two paths that you are not sure where to go. So combined with the clouds card, it's really kind of emphasized that right now you are in a situation where you are feeling confused and you need more clarity. For group 2, currently it's about your current situation is all about imbalance and uncertainties, maybe because of you've been doing too much for some things and someone that for over a long period of time, and you are starting to question that does this truly align with what you believe in, or you're kind of questioning yourself, like, is this truly what you want? So if this resonates with you for group 2, then you can continue with the reading, and if it doesn't, you can also go back to the intro and choose a different card. So if it does, then we'll continue with our guidance reading. So again, I will draw 6 more cards to see what guidance the universe has got for you for group 2. So the first card as your guidance card is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. This card represents overdependence, financial setback, insecurity, instability, as well as loss. Then the next one we have is the Page of Wands in reverse. This card means lack of direction, confusion, setback, or hesitation. And then we have the Judgment card. This card represents renewal, reckoning, awakening, as well as inner calling and self-reflection. And then we have the Ten of Swords. This card means painful ending, losses, rock bottom, or defeat. Then the next card is the Emperor. This card in reverse represents lack of control, abuse, stubbornness, as well as immaturity. And then lastly, we have the Five of Pentacles. This card in reverse represents improvement, recovery, relief, as well as hope and renewal. So we have a few cards here that represent immaturity, and we also have a few cards here represent loss as well as renewal and recovery. So let's take a look at your current situation for group 2. Let's take a look at this card first. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse often indicates insecurity, overdependence, loss, or financial setbacks, which means that some of you may be leaning on others too much for validation, finances, or emotional support, which may be why some of you might be giving more than you should. Because you think, by giving them more and more and more, they might be able to, give back at you. Yeah. And so October is a month to help. It's maybe a time for you to learn how to become more independent, even in some small little ways, is like making a decision on your own or reminding yourself that your worth isn't based on someone else's approval. So for October, it might be a good time for you to be a little bit stronger and take back a little bit of what you've been giving, okay? And then the next card here is the Page of Page of Wands in reverse. This card shows setback or wasted energy. So some of you may have been, again, putting in a lot of effort into things that's not really worth your time. This card is telling you to stop, um, take a deep breath, and also clear your minds before you continue with it. So don't shift your focus away or scatter your energy too much into too many different directions. Again, some of you might be doing a lot of too many things at once, right? So this card is telling you to regain your focus, stop wasting your energy, and also find your direction of what truly matters to you. So in a way, it's also telling you that maybe October is a good time for you to reflect on certain things that's worthy, and also focus on your important things about you rather than giving too much to others. And with the Judgment card here is also telling you that this is a wake-up call, that October is a time for clear directions, self-reflection, and making big decisions. So some of you may need to face certain truth that you might have been avoiding to see, or acknowledge some feelings that you have been left aside. Yes. And it's the universe way of telling you that it's time to start seeing the truth and be more honest with yourself. So it might mean that we've mentioned, like, you might be chasing, some of you might be chasing after someone that has actually drained a lot from you mentally, physically, or financially. So this card here is telling you that October might be a month of a turning point where you might need to face some truth and start doing some changes that's needed. Okay. And then the Ten of Swords. This card shows ending or losses, which means that okay, it might be painful for some of you. Nobody likes to, but nobody likes, how can I say, nobody likes it when something ends. Can I say it like that? But sometimes it can also be a happy ending, right? If there's no darkness, there's no light. And so some of you in October, because you might be waking up and seeing the truth, then there might be things that need to come to an end. Yes, it might feel painful, but remember, by doing so, you allow yourself to release from further pain or further drain of your life. Okay, so this card is telling you that you need to make certain things come to an end before something new can happen. Okay, and then let's take a look at the next card. Then we have the Emperor in reverse. This card is reminding you to not cling too tightly, um, and also you need to break the structures that's no longer working. Okay, so the Emperor in reverse shows lack of control, which means that some of you might need to lose that tight grip onto things. Okay, so don't hold on to certain people or certain environment or situation just because they are very, you are very used to it. Okay, so if you realize that it doesn't really serve you, the Empress in reverse is telling you to lose it. Okay, loosen the grip, don't get stuck into it, and also don't be stubborn. Try to be more flexible, and it might help you in the long run. And then lastly, we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. This card tells you that there are hope at the end, and lights at the end of the tunnel. Okay, this card shows recovery, improvement, as well as hope and renewal. So, and the Judgment card also mentioned renewal. So this card is telling you that you might need to go through some losses, some financial strains, or feeling of abandonment. But again, through that, you can learn how to become more independent and stronger, and also lose the things that's been keeping you away from yourself for a very long time. So this card is about renewal and hope. So remember that you need to go towards it, not keeping yourself away from the hope that you want. And so summing up for group 2 for your guidance, October is a month of being released, as well as of self-reflection that will lead to renewal. So this is the month to stop and think carefully before you giving more into things that are not giving back to you. Okay, that are not rewarding you or treating you equally, because not everything that you've been invested in it would be truly worth your time. Okay, so it's clear, this card here is a clear wake-up call. It's showing that it's time to be honest with yourself about what needs to change, even if it's uncomfortable or painful. And this is also the month that an old cycle should end, and through that, new opportunities and new things will come. So letting go in this month might be needed to help you move on to the next stage of your life. Okay, for group 2. And so now I will draw out 2 more cards from our Animal Spirit Oracle to see what further suggestions the universe has got for you for group 2. So from our Animal Spirit Oracle, the first card we have here is number 20, the Dolphin Spirit. This card says, this and that are true. And then the next card is number 33, the Horse Spirit. This card says, freedom is yours. So the Dolphin card is saying that, remember, things are not always black and white. Both things that's good and bad that you've been experienced can be true at the same time. What matters is how you choose to move forward with what lessons that you have been learned, or what through experiences that you have learned. Okay, and then the Horse Spirit is telling you that freedom is yours. It's telling you that you don't need to stay trapped. Okay, you do have the power to free yourself from the situations that's pulling you down and also clear the uncertainty and gaining more truth as long as you open up your eyes. Okay, so together these oracles affirm that October is about stepping into freedom, losing control, accepting the truth, and also accepted, yeah, this and that are true. And then lastly, I will draw out one more card from our fortune oracle to see what your conclusion for the month of October is like. And the card that we have as your conclusion is number 3, beware. Be careful who you trust at this time. Okay, that's very interesting. Some of you in group 2, maybe you might also be in group 1, I'm not sure. Because it's the same card, yes. So for group 2, this card kind of continues affirming that what we saw earlier was true. Yes, it's telling you be cautious with certain people around you. And also, not everyone deserves your time, energy, love, or money, even. So, protect your boundaries and also notice who constantly show up uh, in honesty and recognize the ones who doesn't. So, to sum it up for group 2, October is about recognizing that an old cycle is coming to an end and it's time for a new chapter. You've been giving a lot, you've been doing a lot, but now it's time to ask yourself, is it worth it? So the universe is encouraging you to let go of what no longer serves you, step into more independence, and make choices that align with your truth. And yes, there may be struggles or painful endings or conflicts that you might need to experience, but the judgment and the Five of Pentacles in reverse shows that renewal and recovery are waiting for you on the other side. So October is your chance to clear the clouds, clear the confusion, find your direction, and step into your freedom. Okay, so for group 2, it's not bad for October. However, we do need to experience certain things before we, get new ones, right? So once you make that decision, you will discover that new doors are waiting to open up for you, which will lead you to a healthier, brighter, and more balanced future. So I wish you all the best of luck for group 2. And if this is the group that you've chosen, don't forget to comment 2 in the comment section below and tell me more about yourself. Tell me more if the current situation resonates with you, and also tell me more about your story of whether or not the guidance actually helped you a little bit. Okay, and so thank you for watching for group 2. I wish you all the best of luck. Enjoy your day or night wherever you are, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on any of my future readings. Thank you again. I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Welcome to group 3. You have chosen number 29, the Lady card. This card represents and can also speak to anyone within any astrology sign or any career path. This card represents intuition, self worth, and personal growth. So, for some of you, October may be about turning into your softer side, feminine side, trusting your inner voice and focusing on your personal development. For some of you, it could also point to a significant woman in your life who will play an important role this month, whether as support, guidance, or even a challenge that will help you grow. So now I will draw out 3 tarot cards to see what your current situation might be like. So for group 3, the first card for as your current situation is the Queen of Wands in reverse. This card represents insecurity, demanding, manipulation, as well as stubbornness. And then, wow, it's all queens and ladies. And then the next one we have here is the Queen of Pentacles. This card represents nurturing, care, prosperity, as well as stability. And then the last card we have here as your current situation is the Page of Pentacles. This card usually represents new beginning, learning, ambition, new opportunity, as well as focus. Interesting. For group 3, it seems like there are some strong feminine energy in your life that's influencing you at the moment. Yeah. And so for group 3, let's take a look at these cards as your current situation. So the first one, we have the Queen of Wands. This card often appears when there's a sense of self-doubt or insecurity. Some of you may be questioning your own abilities or comparing yourself with others, and you might be asking, am I really good enough, or do I have what it takes? For others, this could point to an influence of a strong female figure who's I don't want to make it sound negative, but that female figure might made you question yourself. For example, like I grew up with a very strong mom, yeah, and she uses a specific way to help me gain a lot of strength and independence. It might sound negative, but she 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 kind of does that. The way she does it is that she doesn't really compliment me when I do certain things. Okay, so if I get a very good score in my test when I was a student, she would be like, "Oh, but everyone else get good score." Or if I um, achieve something, then she would be like, "Okay, great. Then next time you can try harder," something like that. Yeah. So I grew up with a very strong mom like that, which I wouldn't say it's healthy in a certain way. However, it did make me grow and become stronger. That I know what I can do, and then also I like to do a lot of self learning, and I'm also kind of stubborn in a way that I like to challenge her perspective that I don't always agree with her. And then so if she says something, I would try to prove her wrong. And by doing so, it kind of helped me grow. So for some of you in group 3, if you have similar female figure in your life, tell me more about it. So, okay, back to the reading. So, the Queen of Wands in reverse is showing you that currently you might be in a phase of self-discovery, like like me, yeah. And so you might be in a stage of you are trying to find more confidence and also learning how to embrace your own uniqueness. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles upright. This is a very good card. This card represents nurturing, care, as well as excuse me, as well as security and stability. So this card is showing that even if you are going through a phase of self-doubt and self-discovery, that you are questioning your own abilities, this card here is showing that you are managing to hold things together. So you are still holding the responsibility and taking care of yourself, your family, or your work, and you are focused on stability and balance, making sure that things are going smoothly or things are going the way you want it to be. So this card is telling me that, despite some insecurity from, certain female figure in your life or within yourself, you do have a very strong foundation and you are responsible and capable to do the things that you need to do. And finally, we have the Page of Pentacles. This card here is telling me that some of you might be thinking about starting something new. Maybe in studying or learning a new skill, starting a new project, or even finally take that small little first step towards um, your bigger goal or bigger dreams. So this card here is showing me that some of you might be heading into something new. So for group 3, your current situation looks like you're in a period of self-discovery and growth. You might be facing some conflicts within or from others, but at the same time, you are grounded in your responsibilities and you have the opportunities to learn and build new things. So October seems to be about balancing your sense of stability with the courage to take small steps to move forward. Okay. So if this resonates with you, group 3, you can comment 3 in the comment section below. Tell me a little bit more about your story. And if it doesn't, you can also go back and choose a different card. So if it resonates with you, then let's continue with your guidance reading. So now I will draw out 6 cards as your guidance card to see what guidance you need for the month of October. So the first card we have here is the Nine of Swords. This card often represents anxiety, worries, fear, as well as stress and doubt. And then the next card we have is the Three of Pentacles. This card means teamwork, skill, collaboration, learning, building, and growth. And then the next one we have the Seven of Swords. This card means strategy, deception, as well as planning or secrecy. And then we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords means taking action, determination, having ambition to pursue something that you want. And then we have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands means victory, recognition, success, as well as achievement. And then lastly, we have the Lovers. The Lovers is a very good card here. It shows love, but not always love. It can also shows harmony in your relationship or work, as well as making the right choices. For group 3, let's take a look at your guidance card. So the first card here, the Knight of Swords, shows that because of self-doubt and certain influential people in your life that made you feel anxious or even fear, some of you might be thinking a lot that's keeping you up at night. Okay, so some of you might be, again, like we said earlier, you might be thinking of starting something new. However, you are worried that you are not good enough or you don't have what it takes, which is normal because everyone has got anxiety, and also we all feel worried and nervous about new things or new challenges that we're gonna face. So this card is telling you that don't let these negativity control you. Okay, a lot of things that you worried about, they might not even happen. So this card is telling you to relax for a little bit. Okay, and then the next one we have here is the Three of Pentacles. This card is about teamwork, support, and learning from others. So it tells you that you don't have to do everything by yourself. I really resonate with this group because this is exactly what I do a lot. A lot of times I I always think to myself that if I can do this by myself, why do I need help from others, right? And my husband, who's my teammate, basically, yeah, he helped and support me a lot. He always tells me, stop, stop doing this, because he always says, let other people help you. Yeah. So so yes, uh, it's not always a bad thing to ask help from others, because in a way that also can help you lift your anxiety and stress. And so for group three, you should also check around yourself that are there any friends, mentors, or colleagues that you can actually trust and lean on. Yes, asking for advice and allowing someone to help you and guide you can actually make a lot of difference in your life. So this is something that I'm really trying. Yeah. So hopefully for some of you in group three, that you can also start learning that, learn to do that for a little bit. Okay. And then let's take a look at the next card, the Seven of Swords. This card also, this card here is kind of interesting. It shows that strategy, planning, as well as secrecy. So it's telling you that maybe if you are trying to start something new, like a new project, and if you don't really have anybody that you can fully trust or lean on, rather be um, rather work on this plan secretly. Okay, so if say now if you have a very new innovative idea or project, um, you 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 don't have to overshare, and also you kind of need to protect that idea against some people around you that you can't really fully trust or cooperate with. Okay, so this card is telling you that be careful with this, that um when you're moving forward with your plan, you also need to in a way protect your ideas, and also don't share too much, because maybe there are some people that might actually do something that might steal that from you. Okay, and then the next card here we have is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords talks about moving, taking action, determination, and ambition. So once you have your strategy, and you know what you need to do, this card is telling you to go for it. Okay, whether if it's clearing out certain things that been giving you doubt and anxiety in your life, or maybe starting something new, this card is telling you that once your plan is clear, go for it. Don't hold yourself back because of fear and hesitation and doubts. When the timing is right, take actions with confidence and focus. And then we have the next card here is the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands tells you this card is all about success, victory, and recognition. It's a very good sign here in this group. It shows that your efforts and the hard work that you been putting into will be recognized, and you will gain success and victory if you stay determined and stay on the right path. So this is an encouragement to tell you to believe in yourself, and also other people will recognize your success and your progress. And then finally, we have a very good card here, the Lovers. The Lovers, in a way, give a very clear confirmation of what you've been planning to do. Do it, because something good will happen. So this card is all about harmony and also making the right meaningful choices. So it's telling me that October is a good month of, it's a good month for you to take meaningful actions. And also, you might be facing some important decisions that you need to make, but this card is telling you that once you know what you're doing, you have your focus and confidence, um, choose the right one that aligns with your values. Okay, so this can apply to relationship, work, or some personal goals that you want to achieve. So this card is telling you to do what you feel is perfect and right for you, and not from what other people expect from you. Okay, so for group three, excuse me, for group three, to sum up your reading for today as your guidance summary, um, October seems like it's a month about moving from fear to courage and also from doubt to clarity. So, yes, you may feel anxious or unsure, but don't let those fears control you. So, this is a month to trust that you do have support around you and then people that you can collaborate and work with, but at the same time, also move carefully and also be mindful about who you share your ideas to and who you can trust. Okay, and once you know your direction, then take actions. Be determined and ambitious, because your success and recognition is right there. Okay, so above all, make the right choices that align with your truth and value. And also, this is the month that has potential to bring real victories and growth if you move forward with courage and strategy. So, for group three, it seems like October might be a good month for you to actually implement some of the plans that you have been thinking of doing. Okay, and now I will draw out two more cards from our Animal Spirit Oracle to give you some further suggestions. So for your suggestion card, the first one we have is number 35, the Koala Spirit. This card says Spirit has a plan. Okay. And then the next card we have is number 12, the Canary Spirit, and it says sing your own song. So this card reminds you to, again, trust that you are special, you are unique, you do have what it takes. Trust in your ability, stop comparing yourself to others, and also um, break away from that self doubt that might be caused from certain people in your life. Sing your own songs, walk your own path, and also you have you have what it takes. Okay, believe in that. And then this card, it sums up perfectly. It reassures you that once you are on the right path, the spirits will be guiding you. They will have plans for you to help you move on to bigger things in your life. Okay, so for October, it seems like a pretty good month for you and for me, yeah. So to conclude your reading for group 3, I will draw out one more card to sum up your reading for October. So finally, the card that we have is number 19, Luck. And it says you are right to be strong and optimistic about the opportunities ahead. Great stuff. And so this again is a perfect confirmation that it shows that you might be in a stage now towards October that you are feeling doubtful and worried and having an anxious, sorry. But the universe is encouraging you to be confident. The opportunities ahead are going to be worth it, okay? But stay optimistic and also stay strong. Believe in yourself. And by doing so, you will be able to go through October in a more focused and confident way. Okay, so for group 3, to sum up your reading, October is going to be a month of self growth, new opportunities, new beginning, and making important choices. So you will feel at times like you will feel low, but the universe is telling you that you are good enough, you are capable, and you are supported and loved by the ones around you. And don't let negativity control you and shift your focus, and trust in yourself and trust in some people around you who can give you the right support and help you through your difficulties. Yeah, and plan your next step carefully and act once you know what you are doing. Okay, so it is going to be a month that you will build towards your success and victory, as well as recognition, maybe in your work, future, or personal goals. So it is possible that as long as you stay true to yourself and also true to your values. Okay, so for group 3, it is time for you to become more confidence. I don't want to keep on saying confidence. What's the other word? It's time for you to give yourself a break. Put it that way. Like for me, I always feel like I need to do a lot of things to show my ability, but sometimes I do it in a wrong way that it kind of drains myself, and then it makes me doubt myself even more. So it is time for us to take back that control, and also let go of the 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 negativities that's keeping us from moving forward. Okay, put it this way. So yes, so this is an encouragement for you and for me, group 3. And if this is the group that you've chose, and if this resonates with you, don't forget to comment 3 in the comment section below. Tell me a little bit more about yourself, or give me some suggestions if you may. And I hope you enjoyed this reading for group 3. All the best of luck. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on any of my future readings. And I thank you again. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.